This is like a barn raising, but for Nick.
It is. That's the only reason I'm doing it. I really don't want to be doing social media stuff asking for money.
That's what we're doing.
I know. Just
Hey, it's Kevin Hackenberg,
do it, Kev. Come on.
and we're recording now.
You recording?
Yeah. It's Kevin Hackenberg, and I'm here with Nick Huntington. Nick has had a rough decade.
Rough decade.
And we both had an idea to set up a Give, Send, Go account and to see if we could help Nick out. Nick asked me for help, and I'd love to be able to do it alone, but I can't. So I'm asking you for help. Help me help Nick.
That's too quick, Kev.
To get out of a
It's too
hole.
quick. It's too quick. So he's trying to cut it when he shouldn't cut it.
Okay.
Okay, look. So I have a vision of a rough 10 years. Some violence in Philly, repeat events. Been hit by a hit and run driver. Been hit by a driver who was uninsured. A guy tried to stab me to death.
Two separate instances.
Separate instances. A guy tried to stab me to death. You can Google search Nick Huntington knife attack and watch a cool video. So that's like my last 10 years is like the ups and downs of that stuff. So I had been thinking about a Give, Send, Go. I had really been thinking about the word vouchsafe, like needing someone to condescend, to lower themselves and help me out. And that's why I reached out to Kev. And he's been inspired by a number of people who he just ran things by and who he thinks might be willing to help me out, help me get through. It's been a rough ride. So my finances and everything are messed up. A lot of things are messed up right now. And I need health care. I'm in like desperate need of getting into a series of referrals that I've stacked up, and I've been afraid to go to doctors and kind of alone in a lot of this. And so that's just where I'm at. I've had a tough housing situation, a lot of tough stuff that I don't really want to. I think we named this a victory fund. Kev's initial thing was like a recovery fund, and I really don't like those ideas. I like victory more, but I do need help. So this is just a funding vehicle to get help, to get out of a hole, to get medical support, and figure out if I'm going to be to a certain degree disabled for a little while, and have to go through that process to get back to a point where I'm either doing the independent contracting work that I love to do, or working from some type of home job, managing something. I don't know how it's going to work out. I got to go through a series of medical things and let things run their course. 2009.
Yeah.
I don't really remember anything about it.
He was unconscious for 24 hours.
24 hours, which I think is technically, from what I could research, just recently really come to terms with things. I think that anything beyond 6 hours is technically a coma if you're unconscious and unresponsive. So I did 3 days in an ER hospital visit stay, got a $50,000 bill. Yeah, there was a housing crisis period. The bank had taken over the building I was in, so I squatted pretty much for a year in a giant space, which is now a place called Rye Brew in Philadelphia.
Nixon had a list
unusual
over here somewhere of like all the places he's lived in the last 10 years, and it's more than 10. And sometimes includes his car. Or a basement, a lot of friends' couches. He was in
I'm not really comfortable with this, but
yeah, sorry. He was in an apartment recently. He's not there anymore, and so yeah,
it's
Nick needs help. Also, the second time he was hit by a car in this period caused some severe injuries. Injuries to his...
I did rehab. So I did on the second one. I was on a bike, biking back from work at night, and there's a whole story there. But a driver, their passenger, while the car was moving, opened the door into my bike, and I ended up having damage from the tip of the door to my lung, to my back from when I flipped and landed 15, 20 feet away on my back, and to my lower leg from the lower part of the door. And when the rehab doctor that I had gotten through a bike lawyer found out that, it's tough to talk about, that they were uninsured, he stopped treatment on my leg, and that has since metastasized since 2015 to a really bad place.
Nick's leg's in really bad shape.
And, it wasn't even an external injury. So the reality is that the leg was like the least painful, least of any of the injuries. So the doctor did, and his therapists were great. I would definitely thank the therapist who did the actual work on me. But the doctor, when he found out about the leg and the insurance, it was the lowest thing on the pecking order. And for whatever reason, that has metastasized. And now I got COVID in 2020, and then got a quick diagnosis of diabetes after that, and I did almost a week, 6-day stay in a hospital. And now my doctor is saying like there's a commingling of the diabetes and this metastasized leg, which you'll see a photo of, and it's just making mobility is a big issue, which is tough for me. For anyone who knows me, I really like being mobile and energetic, and it's just been a real grinding process over the last decade or so. 2009 really starting then.
Yeah, Nick's asked me for help, and I'm asking you for help. I think that having, visited with Nick over the last 10 years and heard his story and seen his leg, I think what's needed is, what's needed is, we talk about disability.
I just want to say that I think there's a tendency for people to want to appeal in certain ways, and I really want to focus on the victory thing.
Yeah.
I really don't like the idea of being in constant need. I mean, I really would like to just get back to some form of regular life. And so as much as I could tear up or whatever, I really don't want to. I just want to be able to communicate with people. Ultimately, I think there's another message about violence that is something that needs addressed. I don't think this is that. This is more to just get things kicked off. But if I could do this, give, send, go. My original vision was actually about the whole violence aspect of things. And I just think there's a lot of people out there like me who are hurting right now from different violent events, and that for whatever reason, culturally, it's not bubbling up and getting dealt with, and people can't talk about it.
The victory vision is beautiful, and it's about Nick getting back to work. But on the way there is his leg getting taken care of, his health getting taken care of, and he needs some stability for that. And because of his leg not allowing him to do the work that he loves, his finances are they're messed up. And so basically we're doing a monthly campaign and asking friends of Nick, strangers that want to help, to commit a monthly amount that you're willing to commit, and it's going to be a while. It's going to be a long road.
Or $10,000.
Or straight up 10,000. If you got 10,000, call me. Nick will take it. Nick will take it.
I will ask for that, because I actually really don't have any strong, if you've been through this kind of stuff and you really want to get on the other side of it, I actually don't care about asking. I just want to get on the other side of this more than anything else.
Yeah.
I really don't like social media. It's been a big deal I don't think you'll find a picture of me on the internet. I don't do this. I don't really want to do it. But Kevin wanted to include some type of media, and so I'm doing it. So I will just ask, if you want to give a lot of money, I don't care how it is. I've gone through my credit. I've ruined a lot of things. It's been really difficult. I just want to get back on my feet and to do the things I love and being the energetic, even if it's not physically anymore, because I just don't know if that's going to return. But I'd like to get my health stabilized and be able to live a normal, if unmobile, life.
I think that in the comedy business, they say there's no amount that's too big. Please give. In maybe your business, you also recognize that a little bit given on a regularly over time adds up to sometimes even more than a lot given once. So contact me if you want to give a one-time gift. But this account is set up to give monthly because I believe that Nick has monthly needs.
Yeah, that's definitely Kevin is interested in that. I don't know. I actually believe in this. I think it's something that I heard recently. I really liked it. This disproportionate power of Christians. I just believe in that. So I think if we do this, I don't know whether the monthly thing matters to me so much. I think that it'll just happen. But
you don't have to even believe in Jesus.
Do that.
But hopefully you believe in Nick, and you believe in the power of giving. And if you do believe in Jesus, then if you read the Bible, he sure did. Yeah, this is our video. It's pretty long. I hope you watch it, and you can ask any questions that you want in the comments, and hopefully we'll.
I'm not going to respond a lot on social media. I don't like putting my image out here on this at all. It's not something I favor doing.
This is a big step for you, isn't it?
No, I don't want to do this, but I'm doing it. I mean, it's not that I know I can't. I just don't really like it. I have a lot of exposure to the Amish and Mennonites growing up, and I don't like to put my image out there.
This is like a barn raising, but for Nick.
It is. That's the only reason I'm doing it, is if people want to get together and rally, I support that idea. That's a nice, energetic thing. If they want to help me have a victory here, that's great. But I really don't want to be doing social media stuff asking for money.
That's what we're doing.
I know.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.